Hey everyone, I'm Mike with Gridfire, and I know your F&I presentation is your paycheck. And those 5 to 10 minutes when you present your products are what separate average results from top performance. Today, I'm going to walk you through the 4 most popular F&I menus used in dealerships and show you why they work, when to use them, and how modern tools make them easier. Please stick with me until the end because one of these menu styles is rarely talked about, and it might be the missing piece for your current presentation. Let's jump in. First, let's start with the classic 3 or 4 column menu, the most widely used F&I menu in the industry. We're showing these menus in Gridfire because it's built to support all 4 formats. The 3 or 4 column menu works because customers can see all their protection options at a glance. First, let me tweak this menu to fit this customer. Looks like he's buying a Telluride, so I'll set it up with multiple terms. Here I'm going to add the 72-month option. You can choose to display this type of menu with 3 columns or 4 columns. It's just your own personal preference. I'm going to keep this a 4-column menu. The power of this menu is that instead of having to close each product one by one, which can create buyer fatigue, the column menu groups products into clear packages. All right, we're almost ready. Let me quickly swap the warranty logo to the factory logo, and then I'll build out the columns. I'm setting these columns up the usual way, with the first one being my worry-free column, packed with the most products. By grouping your products into clear packages, it means customers aren't being asked to say yes or no 20 times. They're choosing a package that is a complete solution, and every column includes some form of coverage. So after you explain each package, it's very likely the customer will select at least one. This is why the 3 or 4 column menu remains the most widely used F&I menu in the industry. It's simple, it's fast, and it helps customers understand their coverage options clearly. Next, let's take a look at one of the most customer-friendly menus in the entire F&I process, the needs-based menu, sometimes called the survey menu. This menu has become extremely popular because it tailors the customer's protection options to their driving habits, their plans, and their priorities. I like to call it the "You Told Me" menu. The process is simple. Customers complete a short digital survey that asks about how long they plan to keep the vehicle, how many miles they drive, where they drive, and what kinds of unexpected repairs worry them most. I've found this works best when the survey is introduced by the finance manager before the menu presentation. Getting the manager involved early is always more effective. It gives the manager a roadmap to how the customer plans to use and own their vehicle, so the presentation stays focused on what actually matters. This gives you something incredibly powerful in your process: permission to recommend. Because the customer already shared what matters to them, your menu becomes a reflection of their own answers. Or, "You told me this is important to you," allowing you to customize your presentation to the customer's needs. I'll select Edit Telluride and choose not to load the columns from the previous menu since we're building a brand new presentation. All of the customer and deal information stays the same. First, I'm going to send the survey to a tablet. And by the way, you can send it to a phone or pretty much any device. I'm keeping the survey simple for this demo, but you can fully customize and build your own surveys. To deliver the survey to an iPad or tablet, simply click the survey button. A PIN code is generated, which you'll enter on the tablet to get started. And here's something dealerships really appreciate. Gridfire's surveys are fully customizable, right on the spot. You can add, remove, or edit questions instantly without waiting on a software vendor and without opening a support ticket. Once the customer completes the survey, you can review the results and build a truly needs-based menu. Here you can quickly see what's most important to the customer and the product terms that best fit them. When building a survey menu, use a 2-column format, and the second column should be your recommended column that is tailored to match the customer's survey results. Let me change the header in the second column. Now drag the appropriate products into your 2 columns. No matter which of the 4 menus you use, one thing never changes. You must clearly explain the features and benefits of every product. It's not enough to say what the coverage is. You need to explain what it actually does for the customer. With Gridfire, when you click into a product, all the features and benefits are right there. It helps you clearly explain the value and make sure you cover every product. This should be the strongest part of your presentation. Take your time and make sure the customer clearly sees the value in every product. Remember, you can easily move products between columns to tailor the coverage to what the customer chooses. This survey-based menu is highly effective because it gives the finance manager clear authority to make confident, personalized recommendations. So whether you're trying to improve CSI, reduce presentation time, or simply provide a more personalized experience, the 2-column survey menu is one of the most effective tools you can use in your dealership today. Now let's take a look at an F&I menu that drives product acceptance through value-based comparison. the payment menu with a total protection column. This strategy works because most customers aren't comparing product features. They're comparing payments. This menu uses 4 columns. The first 3 columns show standard terms and standard pricing. But the real power of this menu is in the 4th column. The 4th column, often called worry-free, total protection, or complete coverage, combines all the major products into a single high-value package. And here's the key. The pricing is structured with slightly extended terms or bundled discounts, so the payment difference is surprisingly small. Here's how you set up this menu. Start by loading the first 3 columns as a traditional 3-column menu. Then, in the 4th column, load a complete coverage option that includes the majority of your products. Next, go to the toolbar and set the payment to display the extended term only in the 4th column, while keeping the first 3 columns at the original deal term. When customers see all 4 payments side by side, their eyes naturally go to the far right, where the payment for total protection is only a few dollars higher than the other options. If you don't have an alternative term available for the deal, some dealers use a product discount approach to create a more attractive payment in the 4th column. In this example, I'm switching the 4th column back to 60 months and then adjusting the payment to reflect that discount. Keep in mind, you can set this menu up to match your own presentation style and workflow. It's all about presenting a menu you're comfortable with and knowing exactly how to respond to any objection that comes up. This approach doesn't just increase product penetration. It reduces objections, simplifies choices, and makes the F&I discussion feel more transparent. Customers choose faster, they choose more confidently, and many choose total protection. So if your dealership wants to maximize product acceptance while keeping the presentation simple and customer-friendly, a value-based total protection package is one of the most effective menus you can use. And finally, let's look at a closing style that's been around since the earliest days of the F&I office. The classic step sale, also called the custom column menu. When I first started, before menus were widely used, it was common to pitch one product at a time, close that product, and then move to the next. This is the go-to option for managers who don't really like traditional menus. This is the unmenu menu. Success with step selling usually means you're a pro at closing and objection handling. However, this menu setup gives you an advantage you simply don't have without it. The step sale menu is usually built as a simple 2-column layout. I'll leave the first column without a header, so let me remove that title. Then we'll label the second column Selected, or Coverage. The first column displays all the products the dealership offers, but without showing a combined payment at the bottom. And that's intentional. Without a combined payment displayed, the finance manager can focus entirely on the value of each product, not the total price before the customer understands what they're getting. Okay, I'm adding the products I want to use in this presentation. In this approach, the manager walks the customer through each protection plan one by one, explaining what it does, why it matters, and how it benefits their specific ownership situation. Gridfire's built-in product highlight feature makes this even easier, allowing quick, clear bullet point explanations that customers can understand at a glance. When the customer says yes, the product is moved into the coverage column and the payment adjusts instantly at the bottom. This method is powerful because you explain every product every time. No skipping, no assumptions. I remember plenty of times when I was step selling and thought, there's no way they'll take this product. And sure enough, they did. Now as you're selling, column 2 becomes a custom-built package, a perfectly tailored menu of only the protections the customer truly wants or needs. It's clean, simple, and focused entirely on the items the customer has chosen. Also, when the customer watches the payment update on screen, it takes the mystery out of the price. You're showing the math, not just quoting a payment. And of course, every menu includes a second chance screen that lets you revisit products the customer initially did not include. In many pay plans, picking up just a few of those additional products can make a meaningful difference in your paycheck. Whether you deliver this on paper or digitally on a screen or tablet, it always looks clean, professional, and polished, adding real credibility to your process. Menus don't just improve PVR, they also create a documented record of the presentation. With Gridfire, you'll always have a digital copy of the final menu on file. As we all know, this is critical if you ever need to revisit what was said or agreed to. So there you have it, the 4 most popular F&I menus used in dealerships today. Each one has its strengths. My hope is that you picked up one takeaway from these menus that you can use to strengthen your career and your dealership's bottom line. Gridfire supports all 4 menu styles, with fast drag-and-drop tools, instantly customizable surveys, clean printed menus, and dynamic payment adjustments that make the entire experience more transparent and customer-friendly. If you're watching on YouTube, I'd appreciate your comments and feedback, and be sure to subscribe so you're notified about new F&I techniques and ideas as we share them. You can also reach me directly at michaeln@gridfire.pro. Okay everyone, go crush your next deal and keep the momentum going.